Before we get into this video, I just wanted to say that love looks different for everyone. The way people feel cared for, understood, and appreciated can be shaped by their past experiences, the way they were raised, and maybe past relationships that they've been in throughout their life. So while this might describe some people perfectly, it might not describe everyone the exact same way, and that's okay. The point of this video isn't to put people in categories, it's to help better understand the different ways people experience love. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today we're talking about the love language, receiving gifts, and usually when people hear that term, they usually think it's material items, like they have to be expensive or nice things, but it's not what it actually is. For some people, gifts aren't about necessarily the price value on it. They're about the meaning behind them. It's about knowing someone thought of you. It's about the effort and the intention and the attention to detail especially. A small gift can mean more than something expensive if it shows that someone truly knows who you are. So why does that matter? It's not about what they get necessarily. It's about what it represents. It represents being remembered, being considered, being important enough for someone to think about even when you're not around. Because anyone can say that they care, but taking the time to pick something out or bring something back just because it reminded you of them, that shows a different level of intention. It turns a feeling into something physical, something they can hold on to for a long-lasting time. Now, where does this come from? And to be honest, a lot of the time, it's how they experienced love growing up. Maybe gifts were one of the only clear ways love was shown. Maybe small gestures stood out more than words, or maybe they didn't receive much at all. So now when someone gives them something thoughtful, it feels so significant because it sort of fills something that wasn't always there. Now, with every good thing, there is the bad, and I think there's a lot of misunderstanding, especially with this specific one. Like, this is one of the most misunderstood ways people feel loved, because from the outside, again, it can look like material items. People might think they only care about what they get. But oftentimes that's not the reality. It's not about the price. It's about the thought that they put in behind it all. Someone could spend so much money on something, and it would still not mean as much as maybe something that was a couple bucks that had good meaning behind it. Because what matters is the intention behind it. So now, when someone who values receiving gifts doesn't experience it, they don't always say it directly. But they feel forgotten. They feel like they're not being thought about enough or in the right ways. They might start questioning whether they matter in the same way they thought they did. Not necessarily because they expect a constant supply of gifts at all times, right? But because those small gestures are what make them feel seen and without that, it can feel like something is sort of missing. There, again, is sort of a void that needs to be filled. Now that's where you come in. You can give them what you need, but how do you know what they need? It doesn't have to be anything big. It literally can be something so simple, something so small that just shows that you were thinking about them. Something that connects to who they are. Because, again, it's not about giving them something. It's not about the item itself. It's about showing them that they were on your mind. And that's what makes it meaningful. Now, don't get me wrong, it goes both ways. Because at the same time, if this is how you feel loved, it's important to understand that not everyone naturally expresses it in this way. Some people care deeply, but they don't think to show it through gifts or items. And that's where I would like to reiterate that communication is super important. I know I've said that a couple times, but explaining what makes you feel appreciated instead of expecting somebody to automatically understand it. Because love isn't just about feeling something, it's about learning how to show it in a way the other person understands you. So at the end of the day, receiving gifts isn't about materialism. Again, I want to make that very clear. It's about the thoughtfulness behind it. It's about feeling remembered even in the smallest ways. It's about knowing that someone took time out of their day to think about you. And if that's how you feel loved, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you love someone like that, sometimes the smallest things are usually the most thoughtful and can mean so much more than you think. Just wanted to say a couple words before I let y'all go. If you made it this far in the video, I wanted to say thank you for being here. It really means a lot. These kind of conversations aren't always easy to talk about, and they're not always easy to hear. So the fact that you took the time to sit here and listen to me ramble on, it means a lot. I don't take your time or your support for granted, and I appreciate you more than you probably realize. That's all I have for you guys today, and as always, stay real.